Hello everybody, this is Mookie here, and well, I haven't posted in a while, and my first post in this month of June will be about movement. And what is movement exactly? Well, movement is moving your mouse buttons. Your mouse buttons, that's not the right one. It's moving your keyboard, hitting WASD spacebar and control, and a combination of ways to make your character move. It sounds basic, but it's not. There's a lot more depth to it, and there's a difference between good movement and bad movement. Well, before we get to that, let's go over the basics. Well, what is movement, you may ask? Well, movement, it falls under three categories to me that play an important part in this game. The utility, which is literally something such as the slow dart. Your game sense, which is knowing where everyone is on the map, or making educated assumptions on something you might know. Say this guy's here, if I have game sense and say this is mid-game right now, I can make an educated assumption that he may be here. And for the last thing, which is the last category, which I believe movement falls under, is your mechanical skill. And your mechanical skill is just how you move and how you shoot. It's your aim in your brain. No, it's your aim in your movement, but why is movement important? Well, you want to be efficient with movement, and you don't want to be inaccurate when you shoot. For example, notice here how if I were to move and shoot, I'm not very accurate. But if I were to stop, I would be very accurate with my gun, allowing me to kill this person easily. So movement allows me to be pretty accurate if I do it properly with my gun. Not only that, but I don't want to be slow with movement. If a bomb is planted and I want to defuse it, I want to get there as quickly as possible with the least amount of hindrances in the way, such as enemies or just not getting there in time. Alright, so now that we've gone over some basics of movement, let's go over some techniques. And the most basic technique of movement, I'd say, is the counter-strafe technique. Well, counter-strafe doesn't exist in this game, to say, because in CSGO, if I were to move one direction and hit the opposite key, it would stop my momentum, and in VALORANT it's the same, well, sort of. In VALORANT, if I were to just move and I let go of my keyboard, my character stops instantaneously as soon as I let go of the keyboard. So, for counter-strafe, if I move to the right, I want to hit the opposite direction of where I'm moving. So if I'm going to the right, I would hit the left key. And with that, it stops my momentum. And they both come with benefits, and the benefit is, well, you know exactly when to shoot when you let go of your keyboard or as soon as you hit the opposite directional key, allowing for an easy one-tap here. So you want to run while you peek an angle. Say, if I want to counter-strafe this guy, I don't want to walk simply because running makes me faster, and faster is better. No, I'm just kidding. Faster isn't always better, but in this scenario, it is. So if I were to come up to this guy right here, you notice how there's an eyeball in the middle? Well, that's what your camera is. That's how you see in this game. And so, because of that, you only have one eyeball in this game. Instead of two eyeballs near each side of your head, you only have one in your dead center. I can see this person's shoulders before he can see me. See? He doesn't have his eye on me, but I can see his shoulders first. So if I were to walk out, my shoulders would swing out first before I could see the opponent, allowing him to have ample time to react to my shoulders and shoot me in the head, or get ready to. But if I were to swing out quickly, I could surprise him and catch him off guard before he's ready. Let's go over this real quick. So if I wanted to like mutilate somebody around the corner, say this person's there, there's one to my left. Oh, I put that on hard mode. Anyways, if I want to mutilate him, if I were to walk, he would kill me, right? But if I wanted to actually kill him, I would just want to run. This is hard mode boss, so there's actually
standing ahead.
See?
There they are.
Oh, he's right here. If I ran there, notice how he doesn't shoot me immediately? If I try to walk out again, I die. So, if I run, I am better. No, I'm just kidding. But if you run, you are in a much better situation than if you were to just walk into the opponent. So, see right there how I killed him quickly. If I were to walk right there, I would have died because he could have seen my shoulder first and had more time to react. Alright, another thing about counter-strafing is that when you swing, you don't want to hold the W key when you swing. So, what does this mean? Well, in VALORANT, you want to be efficient with your movement, and the most efficient way you can move is in a straight line. So, here to here, because if I were to move here, it takes a much greater distance than to just move left and right. So, say there's somebody right in front of me. I know where they are. They're right here, right? I just want to hit W. I don't want to just hit W. W is the bad one. If I just want to kill him quickly, I want to hit A and D because that allows me to quickly see him and do whatever I want. And I could efficiently do my movement technique. But if I were to hold W, it gives me this rounded swing. So see right here, instead of moving just from here to here, this distance, I have to move more forward, which adds verticality to my movement, which is not good. But see, notice here, now that I see him, it's much further out. It takes much longer. Another thing is if I were to swing this corner holding W, I would swing out too far most likely, and I'll expose myself to more angles than what I want. And you want to isolate your angles down because say if there's an opponent right there, here. And another one, say, I don't know, hiding behind that box. I want to kill this person quickly, and because before he can shoot me, I want to kill him. But if I were to swing forward like this and swing him, the guy over there could possibly see me, putting me at a disadvantage. Alright, and on to the next movement technique. There are only a couple, well, there are many, but there are 3 basics, most likely. And the next one here is B-hopping. And what is B-hopping, you might ask? Well, it's the involvement of counter-strafes, mid-air, or air strafes, my bad. And what this means is if I jump, if I want to move to one direction, say the right direction, I don't want to just hold W and D and jump. No, instead I want to look to the right direction also, allowing me to turn a corner quickly. Say, for example, like right there. Notice how quickly I turned that? Same goes for this, but bunny hop has a benefit to it, and with doing that, if I just air strafe the other direction as I hit the ground and jump as I hit the ground, well, I can do something that looks pretty cool to others, I suppose. But that's not what you want to do. You don't need the style points. Alright, so what bunny hopping does is pretty cool. So if you notice right here, if I move and I get hit, I get tagged. Alright, notice here that if I move and get hit, I get slowed down. Holy cow, this is annoying. Alright. So notice here, if I move and I get hit, I get slowed down for a brief second. That's called tagging in this game. But if I were to say bunny hop, what that does is if... I should have killed him. Anyways, what that does is it preserves your momentum midair. So I won't get tagged as long as I'm midair, but as soon as I hit the ground, I get slowed. But this comes with a major benefit. Say I'm at a small corridor, such as right here, right? Imagine this was like behind bathrooms on A site, and I'm outside trying to cross the corridor. All I want to do is I want to bunny hop across instead of running, because if I get tagged in the middle of this corridor, I'm gonna die and get shot by the person shooting at me. But if I were to say bunny hop, if I get shot midair, my momentum would be preserved until I move to the other side, meaning I'd only take minimal damage. If you bunny hop, you can also get up windows quicker. So if I can get to B mid right here quickly, see this? If I were to just jump up like this, it's pretty slow, right? I get stuck on this one step. But if I were to say bunny hop and do this, then it's much quicker and I get up there in a fraction of the time. Well, not a fraction, but about half the time than if I were to just jump up. So that's the benefit of bunny hops. You can get up windows quicker, like B mid right here, or garage. And you don't get slowed down when you get tagged. So, oh, I messed that up. Yeah, like that. Anyways. So there are different types of jiggles in this game, or not jiggles, there's different types of peaks. And I showed you one already, which is the counter strafe one where you swing out fast, and it's called a Ferrari peak. I hate that name because it involves Ferrari, but basically you're a car, right? You go vroom and you go very quick. And the other one is called a jiggle peak, which is like this. See, the other one you swing out far and you go fast, and the other one you just quickly do this. See? And what jiggle is for is when you don't have info on someone, or you want to quickly counter strafe and shoot them, or if you do have info. Say if I'm trying to clear an angle here, I would jiggle this in B, quickly jiggle for the info, then I'd look to the next corner, which is right there, and I'd slowly clear out these angles, jiggling for info. Because if I just move out like this, it's extremely quick, and the opponent probably won't react to me in time. So by doing this, I can clear my corners quickly. Another thing about when you jiggle and stuff, if I want to clear B, say like this, I want to jiggle the side. I don't want to run out because of that, If I run out right here, there are multiple angles
Here.
where I can be shot from. One's on
Here.
top of the box right there, and
Here.
right there. So my left and right side, I gotta clear the angle slowly. Well, not slowly, but I gotta jiggle it. And you might worry that if you swing, you're gonna make too much noise, since if you run, you make noise like this. But if I show you this real quick, if you walk, you're slower, right? But you also don't make any noise. But here's a cool thing. If you only move for a quick second or for a little bit while you run, you don't make any noise. This game gives you about a 1 meter radius before you make noise in this, and it's pretty cool. And because of this, I can, if I were to clear garage, I could jiggle here quickly, and I could jiggle there quickly on the window, the left side, and I can move onto here. And because of this, I can quickly clear my angles while not making much noise, so I don't have to walk. So what are the different jiggles or peaks good for? Well, you want to jiggle for info, and if you have info, say I know somebody's right there, I can quickly jiggle him. But if you also want to take on a full-on fight for whatever reason, say if you know they're in this general area, you could jiggle there, and then you can move on to this section of the area. You could also jiggle, but your opponent can see your shoulders by now. So instead, what you want to do is you want to just swing out as far as you can, as fast as you can, and just take the fight the head on with him, doing a Ferrari peak. So here's an example of some good movement if I want to clear C-set here. So I'm coming up from long, right? I have no info at the moment of where anyone could be. There could be one back there, one on top of this box, or one right there. So what I want to do is I want to jiggle right there. So I clear this first. I want to jiggle there next. Jiggle on under there. Most of the time there won't be somebody up there, but you want to just swing not as far as I just did right there. But as I come up, I want to be holding an angle, holding a wall, so that I'm isolated. Because if someone's holding on by logs right here, they can't see close to this wall, but they can see close to the right side wall here. So if I just hold on to this wall, I can hold this angle here, make sure nobody's there, clear those, move on to there, quickly jiggle, because the guy logged can only see me for a fraction of a second. And then after that, once I clear this, I can move on to my next target, which is right there. There. And then I can swing that, not there. Clear logs, clear up on the box if I want. And then while I move in, hopefully I'll have a teammate watching my back sight. Hey, but I'll clear garage right here, and most of the time I won't jiggle because I need to execute onto the site quickly and get the bomb down before too many enemies rotate. So I'll just swing past, and with my good movement of counter strafing, if an opponent stays right there and I do that, I can quickly counter strafe, headshot him, and move on to the next one. After that, I would want to move on to the box here, clear this angle, or if I'm going back sight, I could I'm going backside, quickly hold that, I come up to this, use the box as cover so that I isolate the angles where I can be shot from. I also want to clear logs at the same time if I can, right after, real quick, or I want to clear that before, and then clear that, and then after that you can move on to the back sight, back plat, and whatever else you need. So here's what a decent execution would look like of jiggling for info. So I jiggle back sight, I jiggle the boxes, no one's there, no one's there. Here, I'm holding back sight as I run up, hugging this wall so I don't get shot from the right side. I clear there, I clear the left corner, and now I look at logs real quick. And after that, I just move over, get the garage, clear logs, clear the beside this box, and then I can move on the back sight. Hopefully Omen or Brimstone or Astra smoke CT. And then I will be able to clear back sight right here, or I can do this real quick, because if someone's hiding in this corner right here, they won't be able to see me unless I move over to this area. So if I just move quickly here, I clear that, and then I clear this. And basically that's movement in a nutshell. All you want to do is you want to always run, basically, or run in short increments like this. Notice how I'm running, but I'm still not making noise. Nice. One, I'm swinging people, but walking is more efficient that way anyways. And you want to walk in certain situations, and this is also another part of movement, is the game sense of when to walk, but I can't teach you that. It's a bit difficult. So all you have to do is experiment and play the game more, and you'll get more experience with it as you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the guide, and adios.